Hi, I'm Tom Wishon, and thanks very much for your interest in the new EQ1-NX Hybrid design. The EQ1-NX Hybrid designs have been created to match with the new EQ1-NX single-length iron designs to give golfers an option to have hybrids be the same length and the same performance, but matching perfectly with the EQ1-NX set of irons. Okay, why have hybrids with a single-length set of irons? Okay, you know that when you have all your irons built to normal conventional incremental lengths, where the 4-iron is the longest club going down to the wedges being the shortest club, as the length of the club is longer, your club head speed is higher. Now when you make a set of single length irons, what that does is that brings all of your club head speeds to be identical for every single club in the bag. Okay. When you're talking about the low loft clubs in a single length set, what you're talking about then is if you're dropping a little bit of club head speed, you won't have as much ball speed, you won't have as much backspin, and for players who don't have very high of a club head speed to begin with, you'll have a difficult time trying to get a low loft iron in a single length iron set to be hit high enough and sustain its flight to maintain full carry distance to ensure proper distance gaps between each one of the low loft irons. So for players who have, let's say, an 8-iron club head speed of under 75 miles per hour, this is an ideal situation to be fitting that golfer with more hybrids, but hybrids that could be built to be the same length as all the irons in the single length set to achieve that better swing repeatability and greater shot consistency. So we've designed the EQ1-NX hybrids in a number 4, a 5, and a 6 so that they can match in with and be built to the same single length as the EQ1-NX irons. For example, a player who would be of 80 miles an hour with his 8-iron club head speed would be an ideal candidate for using the number 4 hybrid to go with the 5-iron through sand wedge in the single length set. If that player has an 8-iron club head speed of 75 miles an hour, he probably won't have enough club head speed to properly elevate the shot with the 5-iron in the hybrid set, or in the single length iron set. So he'd want to be fit with EQ1-NX 4 hybrid and 5 hybrid, and then move into the single length irons with the 6-iron. Following on that, for players whose club head speed with the 8-iron is in the low 70s, 70 or below 70 miles an hour, this is the player who would be well fit to be in the EQ1 number 4, 5, and 6 hybrid to go then with the 7-iron through wedges in the single length iron set. So the EQ1-NX hybrids are unique in another aspect, and that's the fact that they are able to be built to either the single length option to match the EQ1-NX irons, or they can be built to normal conventional hybrid lengths if the player doesn't want to have anything to do with single length hybrids. We did this by setting up the design of the EQ1-NX hybrids so their standard head weight corresponds to being built to conventional longer incremental length hybrids. But we have created the ability to add up to 30 grams of weight to each one of the EQ1-NX hybrids with a series of different internal weight bores. We start by having the 2 usual internal weight bores that we've always had on Wishon Golf hybrid designs. One at the base of the bore that accepts up to 9 grams, another one on the toe side of the sole that accepts up to 9 grams, and then we've added a brand new feature which is a dual rear weight bore in the middle of the head. Each one of these can accept up to a 6-gram tungsten weight. So with 9, 9, 6, and 6, you have the ability to add up to 30 grams, which is what you will be doing when you do build one of these hybrids to match to the short 8-iron length of the EQ1-NX irons. Again, depending on what actual final single length you choose, depending on what shaft weight, grip weight, you obviously won't be adding a full 30 grams every time you build one of these to a single length hybrid. But the point is, this is really the first hybrid design ever created that allows custom club makers to build to as short as 35.5, 36-inch long single length 8-iron single length, 7-iron single length, all the way up to conventional lengths for a hybrid of, let's say, 38.5 to 39 inches for the number 4. You also have the capability, and I like this as well, to be able to fit and build the golfer to lengths that are in between a single length iron and a conventional hybrid for players who really have control issues and need a lot of help controlling the ball to gain shot consistency. In addition, the EQ1-NX Hybrids are designed with thin, high-strength steel, high COR face. And this is again done to increase ball speed when you build these to the short 8-iron length for a matched single-length set. The hybrids also are designed so that the lie angle is adjustable by bending, a bendable hosel with this, because if you do build these to the longer conventional length, you would need to flatten the lie out to properly fit the golfer for the normal hybrid length. Altogether, this makes the new EQ1-NX Hybrids in number 4, number 5, number 6, the most versatile set of hybrids that I've ever designed in my career. Thanks very much for your interest.